Hi, I'm Wesley and this is my story. So my journey with Christ started at around the age of 12. I was in grade 7. Yeah, that is the age you in grade 7, you 12, 13. It was before my birthday where I was at my previous church and um, a pastor from America, I can't remember his name because yeah, that's just how my mind works. He called up people to, if you haven't received Christ, here's your chance, come. And as a 12-year-old, you don't really want to get up and go because it's kind of awkward, you know. There's so many old people, and this church was a lot of old people. So I asked my mom, look here, mom, don't you think I'm gonna go up? Should I go up? Oh, I'm scared, I'm nervous. And she said I have to go up, and then ever since then, God has been good to me, and here's the in between bits. So as I was saying, at 12, I gave my life to the Lord, and since then, things have been up and down, but mostly up. Let me just speak about the feeling I felt in that moment and for about a month afterwards. So the moment I felt God for the first time was in this church, and it felt weird because I was like, "Why am I warm? It's winter. Why am I warm? I'm wearing a shorts in winter because that's what you do. Why am I warm? What is this feeling I'm feeling inside me?" And I was a very weird, quiet child. So all these things of feelings and all this emotion in one place was very weird for me. And I just started crying because it was very overwhelming, but in a very good way, which they don't really go together most times. Um, and for a long time, I felt that feeling straight every day. I would wake up and feel this joy, this love, this whole different type of feeling. No negativity in my life. Nothing could go wrong. Nothing could hurt me. Everything was just perfect. And as the feeling dies down, as you start going with the world, as we start going back to our ways. Um, and since I tell all my friends, look here, guys, you know, I gave my life to God, and this is how it feels. And they're all like, "Are you mad? What do you mean you're lying?" Because as kids, all we want to do is play and have fun, and they don't have a serious conversation about God because they never felt anything that I felt, which is what happens nowadays. Um, so throughout my life as a Christian, as a trying Christian, because we all try. Um, Things have been up, things have been very down, then back up, and then how it works. You go up and you go further down. You go up, you go further down. And some of the hardest things that I've gone through, yeah, I'm comfortable sharing, obviously. Was when in grade 8, grade 9, um, one of my closest friends from primary school passed away from cancer, and I was like, wait, look at my God. As much as we don't talk, she was still very close to me. And I was like, how can you take someone so young, someone so smart, all these good things? Like, she was an amazing person, all these things, and God took away from her family. Never mind me, because we didn't talk, but a family was quite important. And I kept questioning God, how are you doing this? She had so much to live for, and you took her away. Her family is doing so much for her, and now she's gone. All the people she cares about, all the people that care about her, are now left with nothing but the picture or a memory. And that was quite hard because, as someone who genuinely loves people and loves seeing people happy, it was very hard to see a room full of people all sad, and you can do nothing to change it. Like, I'm consider myself a funny person. I like telling jokes, and in the moment when someone is that sad, nothing changes. You can tell the joke, and then we all just start crying because emotions take over. And another one was, again, lost someone. My teacher, my favorite teacher, which was weird because I had a very weird relationship. She would tell me all the things, like she'll be straightforward and look here. She would say, "Yo, you dumb," but like in a nice way, in a nice way. Um, and my first encounter with this teacher was, I hated her. Like, was everything I hated her because I didn't do my work. I hated accounting, business economics. I hated all those things. Hated school. Um, my books were empty for a whole year, so I used the same books the next year, and like I was quite good at the subject without studying all those things. And one day she told me I'm stupid, and I was like, "Wait, are you mad?" So I started crying in class. And what teenager cries in class? Um, all of them cry in class. But from then, it, something in me was like, "Yeah, you are better than this." Without her telling me, you're better than this. Although she told me I'm stupid, and from that I got, you actually are better than this. Um, And the hardest thing was losing her, because as someone who's my actual role model, she helped me through so many things without even knowing what I was going through. Always positive, always trying. And as a teacher, she wants the best for her kids. And losing her was one thing that I didn't think I would ever get over, because as my hero, my genuine hero, one of them, there's a few. Um, how do you lose your hero with never getting a chance to say, you know what, thank you? Because the only thing you can say, they can never respond. You can't even send them a message, okay? Thank you for everything you did, because you'll be sending a message to yourself. Um, and that was quite hard, because for a whole year of matric, even though I wasn't in school, knowing that I would never be able to see her again or say, look here, look, this is what I got from my results. It just wouldn't be the same. Finishing school was always a thing of I wanted her at the end, and unfortunately never got her. So I fought with God for a long time. Because how could you do this to me? I've been doing things right. I've been trying, and yeah, my plan of look here, I want to show my teacher this just didn't work. And for I think a good half of a year, I was like against God, because I was like, oh, this Bara is wrong. This Bara is mad. Um, I, as much as I don't deserve all the things I have, um, he still took the one thing I really loved away from me, and that was where like, this God Bara, he's mad. You can go somewhere else. Um, and yeah, things tumble down as they do when you go away from God. Things never go right. Um, and it took me a while to get back to God and look at saying, okay, no, I actually need you. I want you in my life. And then as soon as I did that, I expect things to just start going up and up. And for a good year, it just wasn't going anywhere. It was like just um, staying where it is. At the low, I was happier, much more confident, but things just didn't go anywhere. Um, and yeah, that was my hardest parts. Thankfully, I got through them. Um, okay, so some of the role models throughout my journey, I feel like they're the normal role models people have. Um, it was my teacher, my our current youth pastor. He's standing over there, but you're not going to see him. Um, my mother, because as much as people don't know her, she's my role model in so many things. And that's about it, because I don't really put myself as looking up to people much, because I don't like the different opinions everywhere. Um, yeah, that turning point in my journey. Um, so about 2 years ago, as much as I love the Lord, throughout the time, even in the 6 months where I was, God is mad, he mustn't come be here. Um, I loved him throughout that, and my turning point in the last 2 years was when I left youth. For the I don't know what number it was, because things were getting too hard, and I just wasn't feeling the fire. And I came to speak to Ryan, and we're having just a normal, random conversation, because we talk about serious things, and then we laugh for 2 hours, and then we have another 5 minutes serious conversation. And in that conversation, you're speaking about just purpose and what is your purpose, who do you think you are, and as someone who's very much into what's your why do you get up in the morning, why do you do things this way, it kind of hit me, because as much as I knew my purpose was working with the youth, um, developing something that nobody else wants to, it was such a big thing to hear from someone else, because I kept fighting it. Okay, this youth thing is not for me. It's too much. I'm not perfect. I'm so far from perfect. How can I lead someone um, when I'm still learning myself? And it was such a turning point in my life where God was something so different to me now. He was this person who gave me this purpose. He took so many things away from me throughout my journey, but they don't really matter now. Because he gave me something so much better. He showed me this way of giving people love through my things of music, jokes. Just being tall apparently shows people love, because I don't know how. People are weird. But throughout that, my purpose has been working with kids, um, playing worship, or giving people worship that they wouldn't have had in their own houses or in a different church, where our worship might not be perfect, but it's something so different to what you would have gotten at an established church. Um, yeah. So since trusting God, many things went wrong, or in my eyes, many things went wrong. Plans didn't work. I wanted to be this amazing actuarial scientist, telling people that look here, you have to pay this much to have a nice funeral plan. It sounds very morbid, but it's something I genuinely loved. Loved numbers, loved accounting, and the Lord said, look here, no, no, no. Either it was me or the Lord or it was my marks, but you know what? We move from there. And I ended up doing something in sport where I love sport. So I never saw myself working with people's injuries, working in sports, doing anything sports related because as much as I love sport, I just never saw it as a job because you have to be this person who's that high up to actually have something good for yourself. And the opportunity of studying sport coaching, personal training, sport conditioning, all those things was something I never saw in my life. And since trusting God with my life and just giving everything to Him, it was the best thing I've done for myself because I would have been stuck in studying something that I would never have loved because the reality of it is it just wasn't for me. Now seeing it now, and I'm stuck in the sports world where I couldn't be happier where I am. Um, things may not always be perfect, but I'm genuinely studying something I'm enjoying. And yeah, I thank the Lord every day for that. So throughout my life, there's been times where that were tough, and I never used to listen to the people who gave me advice. Some of them are sitting here watching me at the moment, and because like, look here, I can do this myself, man. I know what I must do. I will get over it, and things just keep getting worse. So something I would tell my younger self, whether I'm 12, 15, or 2 days ago, you know what? Just listen to someone. As much as you give everything to God, listening to someone that God puts in this place for you is something you can never regret. Um, and so, if you are young and don't listen to people, please listen to people. It genuinely helps. So, to the church I'm part of, the church that I dream of being part of one day, not the building, the actual people. Just continue to express love, whether it be someone who's the poorest, the richest, the dirtiest, the cleanest person ever. Just continue to express love because you don't deserve the love you have. So, what stops you from giving someone else 5% of the love God gives you? Just don't stop. Thank you. I'm Wesley, and this was my story.